ABC 36's Anna Medina has been following the issues and joins us now to bring us this update on ongoing injustice. Anna?
Last week, we heard from both Secretary Harvey and the governor on proposed changes to the juvenile detention system, saying it will take time. Senator Whitney Westerfield also spoke out, saying certain issues aren't being tackled at all. But since then, there have been at least 2 more attacks on workers at juvenile detention centers. So, when will it stop? That's the question we continue to dig for the answer.
Are you guys the right people for this job?
You know, I think you'd have to ask the governor that. I mean, I show up every day and do the best I can, and I don't claim to have all the answers, and I don't claim to make no mistakes.
Incidents at juvenile facilities have become more frequent than ever in Kentucky and have also become more violent than ever. One thing many state officials have stressed is these facilities were built decades ago, and what worked back then is not working these days.
It's clearly a problem that's persisted, and they were right. In their defense, it's been an issue for years and years. It takes a tragedy. It's sad that it takes a tragedy like we've seen before they finally make it a serious priority for them.
Senator Whitney Westerfield is referring to the end of last year. We told you about various incidents at facilities. One of the most significant ones was the riot at the Adair County Juvenile Detention Center, where a teenage girl was allegedly violently sexually assaulted. The incident highlighted issues for state officials that had continued to grow over the years. Recently, Governor Andy Beshear announced a list of proposed changes to the system, changes that some say are not enough.
You can't just fix this part when morale is a problem across the board.
So when they've been subjected to attack by what are sometimes violent youths, they really have very little in the way of defensive mechanisms, and we're changing that. We are also providing much better training for our youth workers now.
But ever since the changes were announced, there have been 2 attacks at the Warren Juvenile Detention Center, happening less than a week from each other. The most recent attack to youth workers at the facility happening on Saturday, when 3 teens attacked a worker and locked themselves in an office. This comes days after we spoke with the governor and asked if he believed the proposed changes would have helped.
But let's never try to rationalize when one human being commits an incredibly violent act against another. And let's make sure we put responsibility on an offender that attacks either staff or another youth.
The governor adding that the issues to tackle are not black and white, given that the juvenile system is one that adds legal challenges when it comes to treating juveniles.
We've had youth that are so mentally ill that they certainly need to be in a psychiatric type hospital. But we've attempted to place one individual 8-9 times and has actually gone to 2 or 3 assaulted staff, and they said no. And thus come back to our facility because a judge ordered us. Now, nobody's in these facilities without a court order.
And some of the recent changes announced include the first women detention facility. Men are now separated by security level based on the severity of the crime, raising pay to recruit and retain workers, and hiring a new director of security. Now there will be another meeting with the interim committee for the judiciary, and of course we will continue to follow these issues. For now, Anna Medina, ABC 36 News.